Hello, Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon, and then I do these little videos throughout the week, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Happy Friday, people. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The views and opinions stated herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other therapist for that matter. Boom, shakalaka done. I'd like to thank my sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. They're an online therapy company. They are international. So if you're having a hard time getting into a therapist, go to BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. Fill out a questionnaire. They will place you with a licensed master's level or PhD level therapist in your state, or if they'll find somebody that can do international. They've been really great to the people that I have referred to them, and I've gotten a lot of really good feedback. So I want to thank BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. And make sure you tell them what you're looking for. You're looking for trauma therapy, or you're looking for a certain modality, or you're looking for, anxiety or depression or whatever. Let them know so that they can place you with the right person, and they usually do. So thank you, BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. Okay, let's dive into the questions. Hi, Chris. I don't understand gray rock. When my person says horrible things to me, I just want to hurt him, basically, revenge. So, gray rock. Let's talk about gray rock. They go on to say, I know it would be very helpful to do that. I just have a hard time not showing emotion. Well, yeah, and that is what the abuser is counting on, because they've made us so sensitive to criticism, to nastiness, to whatever, that we get really reactive. That's what they want. So why do abusers do that? So let's talk about what abusers need. They need narcissistic supply. And unfortunately, our anger, our sadness, our tears are delicious to them. That is their cocaña. That is what they get off on. So they will say and do horrible, awful, terrible, hurtful things. Okay. So let me give you an example. I had a family member that would come to family gatherings, literally go around and insult people, raging alcoholic. It was awful. And, at a birthday party for a kid, walked up and told one of the kids they were fat, and so we just kind of ignored, didn't get angry, didn't whatever. And eventually he left because it wasn't any fun for him. So, that is what they do. They need our anger. They need our sadness. They need our revenge. They need, all of that, because that is their cocaña. That is their emotional narcissistic supply. Okay. And they get off on it. They like hurting people. Remember, they're sadistic. So if you're dealing with a dark triad, they're narcissistic, psychopath, control freak, Machiavellian. So they are sadistic and they enjoy inflicting pain. And that's why they do those little hit and run screw yous, so that, you react. Okay. And we've been so abused. We've been so put down and, criticized and this, that, and the other thing, that we react big. And the bigger our reaction, the more they like it. So that's why you want a gray rock. So there's two issues here. One is the gray rocking and one is revenge. So let me cover gray rock first, and then we're going to talk about why revenge is never a good idea. So gray rock is where you really truly practice no emotional response whatsoever. Like none. Zip, zero, zilch, nada. Not happy, not sad, not angry, not tearful, not vengeful, nothing. So they say something and you just go, uh-huh. And then they'll look at you and go, why are you being such a blah, blah? I've got nothing to say. No emotion. If there's no emotion, there's no emotion for them to feed off of. Now, will that send them into a rage? It can. It absolutely can, because they're desperate to get that narcissistic supply. So if they start raging when you're gray rocking, you just continue gray rocking, because they're trying to see if they can intimidate you. So remember, fear, obligation, guilt. So they're trying the intimidation thing when they do the raging. What is this bubble? I have turned this off multiple times. I do not. Oh, angry. So angry. I really, really hate it when companies do that, because it's like, oh, nobody wants these bubbles. Thank you very much. At least I don't. I mean, somebody might, but how many different times do I have to turn it off? I mean, that's the weird thing. It's like, I turn it off. I use a different application. It turns back on. I'm like, really? Meta? Really? Don't get me started. Anyway, point being, Gray Rock. So you give them nothing. You give them no emotion, nothing that they can use. Because eventually they'll give up. Just like that relative that I talked about. You know, he went around to everybody in the family and everybody at the party and was trying to insult them and get somebody to be angry or sad or whatever. And we were all just like, okay, weirdo, whatever, you know, and not even giving him the time of day. And eventually he left because it was no fun. He wasn't getting the narcissistic supply he thought he would get. So that's why you want a Gray Rock, because literally our tears are delicious to them. That's their narcissistic supply. And that's why they say horrible things, hoping that we're going to, you know, respond or, oh, you know, respond, because that makes them feel powerful. They're sadistic. And it's all about the power and control. Now, let's kind of switch gears and talk about revenge. So, revenge is a fool's game. Revenge is absolutely a fool's game. And you're not Gray Rocking if you're all about the revenge. So, because you are totally emotional at that point. Revenge is an emotional thing. So, in Shakespeare, was it Shakespeare? Revenge is a dish best served cold. So, revenge is a dish best served cold. Kind of karma. You know, it's like karma's going to happen. May not be this lifetime, but if it is, beautiful. You know, so revenge. You can only get revenge on somebody who actually feels. I know. So, yeah, it's like they don't feel. Guys, they do not feel. They don't care. When you do your I got you, I'm going to make you pay little thing, they view that as, oh, goody, goody, game on, I got under their skin. Seriously, that is what they do. So you've got to just stop with this whole idea of revenge. It only hurts you. It really does. Revenge, and this is a Buddhist principle, anger and revenge, okay, is like picking up two hot coals, intending to throw them at somebody else, but you're the only person getting burned. The best thing you can do for yourself, and the most punishing thing you can do to a narcissist, is ignore them completely, as if they do not exist. That drives them crazy. Because they really truly feel like they are the center of the universe. Boy, are they going to be shocked when they find out it's not. And they really truly feel like, you know, any attention is better than no attention at all. Okay? Which is why you don't want to do the revenge thing. The best way to get revenge on them, literally, get them out of your life, get them out of your head, never think of them again. And that will drive them insane. Like, recently I've had several, which just blows my mind, that called their former supply after 20 years. Like, recently, in the last 2 months. I'm just like, I knew it was Hoover season. I just didn't know how bad it was Hoover season. Anyway, you know, and was fully expecting these people to fall right back into line, because that's how narcissists think. Oh, I'm so fabulous. They'll miss me, and they must have been thinking about me this entire time. Nope. In fact, all of them, thankfully, blocked the person and didn't respond and gave them nothing, which is going to inflict narcissistic injury. So, and that's what you want. So basically, Gray Rocking is not feeding the bear. And not going for the revenge is also not feeding the bear. Because if you're sitting there bent on revenge, you can't get revenge on somebody that doesn't feel. They don't feel. They don't care. Listen to me now. Believe me later. They do heinous things and they don't care. You can only make somebody care that has actual emotions, that has empathy, that has that empathy cog. They do not. They do not. Nothing's ever their fault. They're never wrong. They're in the right. Everybody else is wrong. How dare you? You know, they don't feel. They don't feel guilty. They don't feel anything, really, which is why they hate their target of abuse and want everybody dead, because they're jealous that we have emotions, that we can feel, that we're loving, that we're kind, that we're caring, that we can relate to other people and other animals and, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So basically that's why the best revenge is no revenge. The best revenge is living well. Seriously, go live your life. Go do the things you've always wanted to do. Don't ever give them any sort of emotional response. ever. Gray rock, nada. Give them nothing. Don't respond. If they text you and you've made it clear that you do not want any more texts, you block them. And then if they try to get a hold of you again, you go get a restraining order. You don't play. You just don't play. So, gray rock is no emotion, not anger, not sad, not happy, not nothing. Just no emotion, as boring as possible. Because remember, they need that stimulus. And if you're not stimulating, they'll move on to somebody else. And getting revenge is a fool's game. It only hurts you. And it lets them know, oh, I got him. Oh, good. I'm going to keep this going. And then they will. So really, the best revenge is no revenge. Go live your life. Go be happy. Go do the things you've always wanted to do, or the things that they told you you couldn't do or wouldn't let you do, or whatever. And just give them not another thought. They do not deserve another thought in your head. So there that is. All right, so this Sunday, we are going to be talking about divorce. So we're going to be talking about the tools you're going to need, the kind of lawyer you're going to need, the support system you're going to need, things to expect, how to take those blinders off, and all of that sort of good stuff. So we're going to talk about divorce because generally, historically, this time of year is when people start really reevaluating, and the first of the year is usually when people pull the trigger and decide to get divorced. So you need to know what you need to know because there's going to be a lot of hard work ahead. Now, is it worth it? Absolutely. Getting rid of them is 100% worth it. Is it going to be frustrating at times? Yeah, it is, because they will not go quietly into that long, dark night unless they've got another supply lined up, and we'll talk about that. So, all right, guys, have a great couple of days, and I will talk to you on Sunday. Bye.